What's up? This is Jordan Gray from Half Lit and DopelivenTV.
Hey, this your boy Don Ritchie representing the Midwest 219 Stand Up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lamar Tate.
This is your girl, Monifa.
Hey, what up? It's your man Dave Hollister from Blackstreet.
You know what this is right here. This Trigger Trench in the building.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy Jason Weaver. And whenever I'm back home in the Chi, I'm checking out Dope Living TV.
Hey, it's your girl, Adina Howard, and you're watching Dope Living TV, live with Greg Gray and the crew.
What's up? It's your boy Greg Gray, Dope Living TV Live. Let me start by saying the views that are expressed on this Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily views of both Dope Living or its affiliates. I had to get in there, man, because sometimes we don't say it the right way, and we get caught up by those people who think that we said something for them, things of that nature, so forth and so on. Ixo facto. Right, Mo?
That's right, man.
Gotta tell them, man. Gotta give it to them. So it's Monday, and a long time ago I used to say don't date the shows because that way people won't think that it's on a Monday and we're doing it on a Tuesday. We date them now because we got over 1,000 some odd shows. We are members of the National Black Radio Hall of Fame, so we can basically do whatever we want. So we date them. We date them. You know what I mean? But today, man, look, we've had some great conversations, and I don't think the conversations we haven't had enough time to really get into some of the meat and potatoes, but there's a group of people who have a podcast that is an amazing podcast. It's called, in a magazine, I think it is, the Melanin and
Melanin magazine.
And what they do is they help people, give them strategies, give them comfort, give them ways to improve their situation with their marriages, with the situations in relationships, in life, period, all right? So we appreciate them so much, and they are back again today, guys. Today. So now, for the past 3 weeks, you don't have to worry about getting bad relationship advice from Greg Gray.
And
because we got people that's going to get a real good advice. What up, Gina?
Hey, family. I'm over here shaking my head.
Hey, man, that's what everybody does when they come to Dope Living TV Live. They shake their head, but sometimes it's a good way because
I'm shaking my head at you talking about getting good advice from Greg Gray. Relationship advice.
Y'all see me sitting here crooked and stuff, man, because I was trying to do it one computer and it didn't work out. So okay, Melanin and Marriage magazine. That's what it's called. I'm sorry. Thank you, Banks. I call him Brother Banks. Y'all can't call him that. Y'all call him what's on there, Anthony Banks. Banks. But that's what we're gonna do. So let's not hold it up. Let's get it started, okay? Right off the bat, let's get the brother on there, Anthony Banks. Brother Banks, what's going on, man?
Good evening. How y'all doing this evening? Thanks for having me again. It's a pleasure to be back.
Awesome to have you.
It's our blessing, man. It's our blessing, okay? Speaking of blessings, what's up, Reverend Pat?
Reverend Pat.
She got to turn the mic on.
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? Thank you for having us again.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And think of, talking about having us again. Not that it had anything to do with bringing Dr. Marie on, but what's up, Doc?
Hey, everyone. Gina, glad you're feeling better.
Thank you. Yes. I feel a lot better.
She sound charged up too, don't she?
Sound good, look good. Hey, that's all we ask for.
Thank y'all for praying for me.
Y'all just don't, she was braiding up those new whips she got to put out on us.
The whipping. But I want to get right into this, y'all. We got a lot of stuff to cover tonight, so let's get into this, all right? So my first question is, why do people stay in relationships they know are bad for them?
Oh, ooh,
Ooh.
ooh.
Let's go. Anybody, let's go.
What was that question again?
Why do people stay in relationships that they know are bad for them?
There are a lot of reasons for that.
I'm gonna see what everybody else's answer is on that one. What?
Y'all want me
y'all
to
ain't gonna get quiet on us now.
I was gonna say,
I guess I'll start the charge on that.
I can start it off. Reverend Pat, you want to come through after me? Because
Yes.
I got something. I see it boiling.
Go ahead, Doc.
It's a couple of things. Sometimes people have a fear of like being alone. They don't want to be, by themselves. They feel like they want to be in a relationship, so they stick around. There's emotional and attachment. They feel bondage, between them and that person. They hope things will change. Sometimes it could be low self-esteem. I'm just saying, we're going to put it out there and keep it 100. Or it can be a financial dependency. Sometimes, you feel like, hey, I can't really do this by myself. I need that person's income. So let me go ahead and stay, in this situation and just let me do what I do. But that's not the right answer. But those are a few. And they have, last one, they have a fear of starting over.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Frank,
you know what? Something else that ties right into that is people go back to what's familiar to them.
Absolutely. It's their comfort zone. That's that emotional attachment, because you're like, what, I'm used to it. I've been in it. Let me just, let me keep going. No point in leaving. But there is. If you're unhappy, it's a mental thing. And your mental, it affects your physical, your academics. It affects everything about you. So it's really disturbing to be in a relationship where you're not happy, but people just, they succumb to it because they feel like they have no other out.
But if it does all of that to you, why would you be in it? Go ahead, Brother Banks.
Okay, so I was just basically going to say, while I contribute to the magazine spiritually, I'll start there. Some people have a lot of spiritual influences within their church and their church family and community where, they try to encourage them to stay together, try to work out their differences and things of that nature. But sometimes it's kind of forced and not necessarily heard. The both sides are not necessarily heard, because sometimes you might have one partner that's missing in church most of the time. And so there becomes a bias that leans towards one person to another. So I think sometimes the spiritual aspect allows us to stay a little closer to the relationship longer than it should.
But isn't that disrupting your whole physical though?
It does.
And it's something like that.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Reverend Pat.
Absolutely. And I mean, as far as the church is concerned, yeah, you can't feel guilty, because I've been in that situation where you go look for advice and they tell you, well, God don't like divorce, but I serve a good God. And if you're in a relationship that you're not happy, God is a God of love. And sometimes we're in a marriage where we may be in the church, but God didn't put that marriage together. So there's a difference in me marrying somebody because I want that person, and me marrying that person because that person was someone that God sent into my life. That's a difference. And when you're unequally yoked, and one person is a person that really is sincerely serving God in spirit and in truth, and the other person has nothing to do with it, you're unevenly yoked. You're unequally yoked, period. That's biblical. So unless that person reaches a point where he or she wants to be on the same level that you are, or even a part of the same belief system that you're in, you're struggling anyway. You're going to be struggling. But why people stay? There are a myriad of reasons. Some people just stay purely because of the kids. They've made an arrangement with each other. We're not going to disrupt our family. We're going to wait until the kids all are in school or at least out of school. But that's a mutual agreement.
Yeah.
Some couples have that mutual agreement. They don't want to disrupt the family because of the kids, and they'd rather be with one another and keep
But
it.
that's not good for kids. That's not good for the kids either.
It's not, no. I'm not saying that that's good for the kids, because guess what? Kids know when parents ought not be together. You ain't fooling us. We know y'all need to get away from each other quick and in a hurry.
And they know when there's a problem too.
They know when there's a problem. Kids know when there's a problem. Kids are the most intuitive people on the face of the earth. That's why you don't fool kids when you're not happy. But
right,
a lot of times the parents, the adults are not see. They either see it or don't want to see it.
Well, the other part of that is the fear of being a single parent. You know, when, you know, I always speak true from my own life experiences. So, you know, when we were in a process of getting divorced and stuff of that nature, you know, it was mostly because we both had broken homes. And so we wanted to stay together as long as possible in order to keep that family unit together as long as possible. You know, and sometimes you can go too far into your dysfunction that is not as healthy staying together as it is living apart. And so a lot of times we stay together, you know, through that dysfunction because we left, or we are a product of dysfunctional households that only had single parents in it. And that abandonment issue is serious and severe because it has long-term effects into your adulthood.
Okay. I got it. Let's move on, because I want to get. I got a lot of stuff I want to get in here. Okay, and anybody can chime in with questions when they feel. Here's one. Now, we always talking about love language. I've never look. I know a little Spanish. I know a little French. All right. But people are always talking about love language. Is love language real, or is it just a convenient way to avoid harder conversations?
Very.
Well, sir, it's absolutely real. I mean, love language speaks a lot. That's about how you handle your mate, your acts of service, you know, words of affirmation. Those are all things of love. I mean, it's how you treat them, how you respond to them, understanding how they give and receive love. It's deep. Love language is a very intuitive thing when you are in a relationship, and it's not just a, you know, male, female, or adult relationship. It's any relationship. You have to understand how to engage with people and what makes them go and what makes them shut down. So I would say absolutely yes.
It absolutely is.
I agree.
The key to a love language is communicating that to your partner. Because if your partner doesn't understand what your love language is, then he's loving you wrong, but not intentionally. It's because you have not shared that with him. For some women, it's just a love language is just spending time with me, not having to be in bed, but having intimate time with my partner. My love language to me is just the small acts that let me know. You don't have to go out and buy me a 5-carat diamond. Just remember that I need my Coca-Cola in the house and my chocolate. We cool. That's it. We cool. That's not that that's the be all and end all of the relationship.
You like the brown sugar stuff, all of it.
Yeah. But when I'm out of chocolate and he just goes to the store and he makes sure I have some Hershey bars on hand, that to me is an act of love. It's small, but for me, it's a big thing.
But that's what I'm saying, Reverend Pat.
Tell that weight start hitting you.
Go ahead, brother.
That's okay. Yeah, he put him there, he loved him. That's it. What you say, Greg?
Okay, well, but see, okay, I get that, okay, and I have to be on the other side. When you're doing the love languages, is that a way to avoid a harder conversation? Just
No,
to placate, just to say, well, hey, I'm gonna do this
Not
love
supposed to
language
use the
for her
love
because
language
I don't
as
want
a
to talk
weapon.
about this other crap.
no.
I think that's a better way to address. I'm sorry, Reverend Pat, were you getting ready to say something?
No, go ahead, Esme.
I was just gonna say that's a better way to actually engage in conversation. When you know your love language, you know how to address them, especially when it comes to conflict or revisiting things that you want to address. When you know how to talk to someone and you know how to give language in the right manner, then that's going to help your relationship. It's going to build it because you have an understanding. It's definitely not going to tear you apart or keep you from addressing the things that need to be addressed. That's your way in.
And if you're only doing it to avoid something, I know that. I'm intuitive enough to know that. I'm intuitive enough to know that you're placating me or you're trying to patronize me so we don't get to the deeper things. I will drink that Coke and I will eat that chocolate and we still gonna have that conversation. That's just the way that goes.
Still,
But
this Coke and chocolate thing, y'all. What's up?
That's a love
that's my
language.
favorite thing. That's my love language. Chocolate and Coca-Cola, iced Coca-Cola. But if you don't know, let's say you don't know what your love language is, then it's not that person. It's really actually you because you don't know what your love language is.
Yeah.
So you're the one that's gonna get the game run on you because if you don't know what your love language is, anything they do, you think it's a love language. If she rub your feet, that's your love language. You scratch your back, that's your love language. You have to know what you need from your partner outside of all of the things that we make important. We make the physical, we make the material things important. When it's a love language, it's something that's internal that reaches you in a deeper place than just a brand new car and a brand new house.
So I think with love languages, I think that's a great time to actually get to know who you're with. I don't think your love language should always be communicated verbally, because once you start verbally communicating your love language, then you're giving away all the things that make you feel good. And I think there's a joy in being chased. There's a joy in being courted. So those things is like, oh, he's really in tune to me. He's really figuring me out. He's really trying to see who I am. And if I can continue to give him all the nuggets, what is he going to have? Where's the excitement in trying to figure out who I am? And so as you get deeper into your relationships and things of that nature, you should know what their favorite colors are. You should know what they like to do, their favorite movies, some of the things that they like, the Mr. Good bars and a cold glass of Coke. You know what I'm saying? They should know those type of things about you so that, when you get into them arguments, you got to draw from them love languages. And if you don't take the time to really get to know your partner, I think you're kind of losing yourself in that.
Yeah.
So then would that tie into what people say that men love the crazy women because it keeps them on their toes?
Nah, we want to be on our heels then. We don't want to be on no toes.
No, they don't love the crazy women, but they do love it when a woman gets crazy sometimes. Because sometimes we have to.
No, we don't love no crazy.
Crazy. I'm not talking about crazy stalking you, crazy.
We might love a challenge, but we don't love crazy.
No. We don't love no crazy, and I understand what you're saying about the love language, and I understand exactly. I don't think I speak a love language, but like y'all said, everyone has that thing. Like the last relationship I was in, her thing was, well, we had a thing that we did together. We had things that we met. We love Golden Girls.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with it. Gonna admit it.
I ain't got no problem with it. I go to Golden Girl Con and all that.
We all love Golden Girl.
Because if you look at Golden Girls and Living Single, they got a base alike, the foundation of it. But sometimes, that love language thing, we do it for you to be quiet.
Oh,
What
wow.
you say? You know, for that love language, you don't have to talk.
What? No, wait a minute. Somebody said, is foreplay a love language? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Definitely.
it is.
But
Because
that's
if
what I'm
that's something
speaking
that
on.
you like, and your partner doesn't know that that's the way to speak to you, then there's a conflict.
It's a miscommunication.
That's a miscommunication. When I say crazy, let me explain it this way. I know y'all say that y'all don't like it, but you do love when a woman stands up for herself. No man likes no woman wants a man that she can run over. And
What
no man
year?
wants a woman
What year? We don't like the not this year.
I'm not talking crazy, throw it off, gonna chase you down and paint your car and right. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when it's time for a woman to say, look, we need to talk. And let's talk about this. Nobody wants anybody they can run over. Nobody.
Well, I think that's where the confusion becomes with the woman itself. See, there's a confusion as to what a strong woman is. A strong woman don't have to be a divisive woman. And we don't need to have a divisive relationship for me to feel like you're strong and to be heard.
But why is a woman standing up for herself being divisive?
Because
That's
what
not
is
what
she
he's
saying?
saying.
That's
not
see,
what
you're
he's
saying
saying,
it as
brother.
if we don't allow women to have a voice, and that's not the case in our relationship. I invite a woman to have a voice because we're equal partners, and if we're going to be equal partners, you got to have a voice because I'm not going to run the ship because then I'll burn myself out.
You know, I'm gonna say, well, look, let me read this real quick. Regina Hutt says, be honest about your love language. If you're not, you're denying yourself the very thing you need. Love has many expressions, but mental stimulation is the one that elevates you.
Yes, it's a mental thing.
Love language make you be quiet. And that go both ways for a man and for a woman. A love language is something that puts you at an ease, at a comfort. So that's at a point where you just,
Yeah, but you know what? I really think that a lot of people don't know what love language really is. I think it has not been defined where people understand what really is love language. Some may
I
think
don't
it's
know,
having
Gina.
good sex in bed. You know,
Exactly.
that's my love language.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I'm
never knew
saying?
what
So
love language was.
I think the definition needs to be clarified so people understand what is love language.
Well, it's hard to clarify love language because we all have individual needs. While we have our 5 needs as a human, we all have individual needs in relationships. And so to define it and to narrow it down to 1 or 5 specific things would put you in a box rather than you being in a relationship outside the box. And I think that creates the spontaneity in your relationship when you have outside the box thinking. And so I hear what you're saying, but I think it's a little bit more than just specializing what my service is. Because here's the thing. Most people think acts of love language is intimacy. It leads to intimacy and leads to sex. And how about you get up and put some gas in the car? You know what I'm saying? A part of your love language is your protection as a man.
Mm-hmm.
A part of your love language is services that you provide as a woman to your man at home. You know, how you take care of those kids. That's a love language because I don't want no woman that don't know how to take care of their kids.
How many times you been married, Anthony?
This is my 2nd marriage.
Okay.
Love language is an action.
So I want to chime in. I want to break this down. Love language, I agree with what you said, Anthony, wholeheartedly, but I want people to understand that love language, it's about relationship intelligence. It's about understanding your mate, knowing what they thrive on, how they feel, recognizing how, like I said earlier, how they receive and give love. Making sure they're emotionally safe, mentally safe, physically safe, knowing what they like to do. So if you say, hey, I want to surprise you, knowing what to surprise them with.
That
As
right
Bernie
there.
said, if my husband knows that I like Coke and I'm sorry, you said something else.
Coke and chocolate, she said.
Coke and Hershey.
She said a specific
Oh
chocolate.
God.
But the fact that he knows that, that's her love language. So we don't have to break it down into it's this. No, it's not. It's everything.
Right.
It is emotional.
It's how that person makes you feel. My husband know he's gonna bring me the biggest box of Scooby fruit snacks in the store, and every time he goes to the store, he's gonna bring me a box because that is my love language. But if he didn't know my love language, and he come with some Welch's fruit snacks, he don't know me.
Gina.
That means he doesn't know me.
Gina. Robert, you just walk in the room and you'll change. The whole thing change.
That's because you know why? Because we've been together 8 years. And for 8 years, he has always kissed me when he left out the door. He has always kissed me when he woke up in the morning. He has always hugged me when he threw, and that has never changed. That's my love language right there. That has never changed.
Yep.
Anthony.
And so that's something that, even though it's been 8 years and I've been getting those hugs and kisses for 8 years, I still smile when he does it because he knows my love language.
Look, I can tell when Robert's walking in the room, walking towards her, because she do like this. She look up and she start smiling. I say, Robert must be right next to her. I'm serious.
That's the way it should be. Somebody said, what is love? What is true love without, I think he said a book definition. Did somebody ask that question? What is love, and not the definition from the book? True love is a love that is so deep there are no words for it.
But you can't love somebody if you don't love yourself, so you will never know what it is.
We know that.
We know that, but if they don't know that.
No. But he asked, what is true love? True love is something that you know when you find it, and you know when you don't have it. That's true love. True love.
Yes, true love is when
no matter
we have
what
those
happens,
riches.
I'm gonna be here through sickness and in health, whether we're struggling or we're not. I'm not running from the door. True love is me watching my husband preach, and the only thing I can think of is I can't wait to get home. That's true love.
Yeah.
There's no definition for that.
And
it's
a choice. Let's say that
it's
love
a choice.
is a choice. It is a choice, and it's a commitment that you make or a vow that you make to someone. It's so many things. It's safety, it's respect, loyalty, honor, valor. It's a lot of things. So there's no one definition of love. Love is so many things, but it's truly what you make, and it's the choice that you choose every single day. So Gina said her husband gives her a kiss coming and going. I have that same thing. My family, anytime we get off the phone with each other, we do not say goodbye. We say love you later. It doesn't matter, male, female, that's what we say, because we don't know when our last days are. So that's our love language. So that love is whatever you make it. You make a choice to say, this is how we communicate. This is how we go and come. And that's what it is. So there's no true definition of, a book can tell you a lot of things, but a book cannot tell you what you feel as a human being.
I agree.
Well, one thing about it, though, you have to have your eyes wide open, though, because you have some people that are in abusive relationships and they say that the person loves them. They say that they love that person. That's why I won't leave, because I love that person. That's not true love.
They love getting their ass kicked. Excuse me.
But they think it is, and that's why it's hard to define it. It's hard to define.
Greg.
So I beg to differ. I think that when people are in relationships and you are being abused, we have to realize we don't know where those individuals saw that from. They may have grew up seeing their parents or someone else doing those type of things.
That was the example.
That is
example of love.
Exactly. But that's, that is not what true love is. It's not being abused. But at the same time, if that's how someone grew up, or if that's what someone witnessed, that may be their definition of love. It may not be that for us. Is it right? Absolutely not. I coach against that. But at the same time, who are we to judge? They have to see with their own eyes what true love is and how they want to receive it. And when they get tired of what you said, Stephen, of getting their tail whooped on, reality starts to soak in and they start to change their mentality. But at the end of the day, as far as they know, that's what love is to them. That doesn't make it right.
No, I feel you, because love don't swell your eyes and love don't bust your lip.
Absolutely not.
You know.
Okay.
But however,
Let me,
that is a form of love that they have become accustomed to.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's just like a person that opened a restaurant who grandparents couldn't cook. They go think everything good. You know what I'm saying? They don't know good food because they always ate nasty food, and every chef was a one A chef, not a 5A chef. So I mean,
well, I would say it like this. You know, love
I
really
like
do
when you
start-
talk, Anthony.
Appreciate that. Love really do start at home, and I think that's one of the best things that we can. Because I used to do counseling in prison, and I had a couple of prisoners that tell me that they never even knew love until they got to prison. And so because
That
they
don't
never
sound right.
Well, that's because they didn't understand the concept of nurturing.
Right.
They didn't have someone in their life to actually show them the appreciation of relationships and how to bond in relationships. And a lot of times when they go to the gangs, they go to prison and things of that nature, they become loyal first. And as they see that loyalty gravitates, it turns into a love and relationship that they have for one another. And they tend to do certain things outside the box or illegally. But for me, love has a serious level of honesty. And it helps you to be able to be forthright with the person that you're with and tell them some things about themselves that they need to hear and need to hear to adjust how they are actually moving throughout the world. I want people to love me, to tell me the truth that, you know, if I'm funky, tell me I'm funky. You know,
I got a question. Remember, I can't remember the exact question. Greg, you might be able to help me. And y'all might have started. What was that question we ended last week's with that I still wanted you to answer? Remember the one that you kind of like ran around the block 4-5 times? Don't laugh. You know,
that
I'm
was
just
about
asking.
hiding money.
I thought
Yeah, I remember something about you. You know, you was running from it.
No,
about hiding money in relationships.
We'll get back into that just yet.
Right,
I got
right.
some more questions I need.
Okay, go on, Greg. Go on.
But real quick, Regina said trauma can keep a person in an abusive relationship because the mind learns to normalize chaos. Fear, manipulation, and emotional conditioning create a bond that feels like love, but it's really survival. Trauma rewires the nervous system to accept pain as connection, making it hard to leave until healing begins. Let me get to another question, though. All right. Of course, we're speaking with the people from Melanin and Marriage magazine. I think you guys have a podcast as well, right?
Yes,
Anybody
there's a
can
podcast. I'm sorry,
Okay.
I have to come off mute because I be laughing at y'all. But yes, it is Melanin and Marriage podcast. Thursday nights at 8 p.m.
Okay. So let me ask you guys this. And anybody, any one of you guys can answer. Then my guys, we can answer as well. Do relationships fail because of what happened, or because of what never got said?
Both. Both.
I was just about to say that. Definitely both.
Both.
Okay. Well, since you all say both, we're gonna leave that question alone and leave it there. Okay. Let's go to another question. Women, as the brother Anthony, Brother Banks, you might have to sit out on this one, but you might have something to say. Do men misunderstand? What do men most understand most about you guys? Women.
Repeat that.
Yeah, I need to repeat it too.
I want to make sure
what do a lot of men misunderstand most about women?
I think it's that they are happy with material things. If they buy them things, that'll make them happy. I think that's one of the big misunderstanding of men when it comes to women. And there may be some women out there that that makes them smile and everything, but they're on a whole different thing.
Okay, brothers, don't y'all sit here quiet, because it's gonna be vice versa too. I want y'all to answer the same question about women. But go ahead. Who's that talking? Reverend Pat, Dr.
Me.
Marie?
I think that what most men misunderstand is that a woman wants the same thing from the relationship that you want. We want the same things. We want the love. We want the respect. We want the same things that you want.
Then why y'all nag so much?
It's not. What did you say, Stephen?
I didn't say it that time, but I agree with it.
Say? What?
It was Greg.
Greg, what did you say?
I don't agree with that. Not every woman nags.
I said
not
every woman nags. If you have the right woman in your life, she doesn't have to nag, because you're handling your business. You're doing the things that you're supposed to do. You're the head of household. You're handling your business. So a woman has no reason to nag. No. If you're in a situation with the right woman, yes, there are women that nag. There are women that are just basically unhappy people. It doesn't matter that she's with you. She's just an unhappy, nagging, angry woman. Yes. If that's the situation, then you as a man have the right to say, hold up, this is not working. And you didn't find that out after you married her. You knew that before you got into it.
Why so many black women?
Don't say so many black women.
No. And let me get it out, Reverend. Let me get it out, Reverend. Why are so many black relationships being ruined by other black women? You know how many black men are losing their relationships to black women? Because it's happening.
Y'all want to flip the script because it's more than one woman on this show, because y'all weren't bringing these questions to me when I was the only female on the show.
Black men,
because you ain't even no better than because I got the Reverend. The Reverend have all type in the church. You ain't one of them types.
What? Wait a minute. Whoa. Why are black men losing black women? What?
No, why are you remember when they used to call it pillow talking back in the day? Why is there so many black women that's had unsuccessful relationships? I'm trying to say it in the nicest way.
But that's because
destroying other black relationships.
No. If I'm with you, Stephen, there is nothing another woman is going to tell me that's going to make me look at you different, unless there's truth to what she's saying. No woman is going to bring anything to me about Mark Anthony, and I'm going to hear it. Not negative.
And
we don't have them strong women no more, though.
Steve, that's the thing. You're looking at it from one lens, because that woman did not ruin that relationship. That woman did not ruin that relationship. If she's able to come in on the sideline and pull that man's attention, pull that man away from his wife, this woman that's been by his side, there was something going on with him.
There was something wrong with
or it was something going on with the best friend. It go both ways.
But that's not every black woman. That's such a generality. That's not every black woman.
Not every black woman, not every black woman, but a lot of the younger, I'll say the younger ones that don't have substance.
Because there's a difference.
There is a difference. So let me speak. I only like women with substance. Women like the ones that fussing. Hey, but I'm just saying for them younger ones, I'm trying to get them an understanding because we speak to a whole audience.
But you're living in a different time. You're living in a time when these young women aren't seeing what I saw growing up. I saw a marriage of 52 years. I saw women that held it down. That's the generation we come from. These young women come from a generation where there's no man, there's no marriage, there's no nothing, and they have to deal with the fact that if there is a black man that's making money, that's successful, well, he wants Susie blonde hair and blue eyes.
Becky with the good hair.
No.
Becky was a good
that's a
Becky,
caveat.
Rebecca.
No, he
No.
don't really want
No, no,
that
no, 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 no.
because
What is,
he'll take any of them if they'll do this.
no, what is the percentage of Black successful men that act like they don't know Black women of substance? Because those women, those Becky blue eyes, long blonde hair, they've been trained to get you. That's why you're always talking about the Black woman is angry or she's upset. Nobody can come into your relationship and tear your relationship down if your relationship is solid. If
I got to speak on this.
So I would say, just kind of going back to the original question of misunderstanding.
We are.
So we have there's a total misunderstanding and a disconnect that a physical specimen is the right person for you, the hardest person for you to obtain, that they're on a top shelf, and a lot of times we give them the world before they actually earn it. And so we look strictly at let's say a Halle Berry. I don't want to just throw her name out there, but just her type of beauty.
Megan Good.
When we look at her type of beauty, we automatically give them reference that they're going to be the best relationship possible.
Yes, sir.
And so there's a misunderstanding to whether or not a 10 is always the best relationship dynamic.
So you don't like the 80-20 rule?
Not necessarily, but I would take a 6 with a 10 personality.
I'm not a 10 and I ain't never wanted a 10. That's just like
Steve,
me. Like
Steve, your hole getting bigger and bigger, bro.
I'm jumping in it. I'm jumping in it then. I ain't never had a 10. I don't want a 10.
Starting to echo, bro. You're starting to
Actually,
echo.
what he said makes sense because a lot of brothers that don't feel like they're a 10, there's a misunderstanding that we can't even attain one.
Yeah.
And so we don't try.
But a lot of this has to go back to our culture and
Yes.
having some examples of our culture in our culture that make us stand up and stand up and stand up. In other words, somebody able to say, hey, when you have a relationship, this is how you treat your wife or this is how you treat your husband. When you have those examples, then all this other crap don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing when you got those examples because you follow those examples to the letter. Most do. And they find that person, and that person actually, sometimes that person just materialized because they know exactly, they laser focus in their mind what they want, and they usually attract that person, So that right there goes back to our culture and how much toxicity has gotten into these relationships of what we got this thing in a cloud in our mind of what a relationship's supposed to be, but it's really not.
It comes from anger of the other person. If it was a good relationship within that mother and father or not. Because if it was a good relationship, it'll be a good relationship with that child. But if it wasn't,
let me comment on a comment here, okay, real quick, okay, Felice. We are not making this be against the men against the women. We're just having a conversation. We're just trying to make sure that everyone has their opinion about everything. Okay, so we're not segregating a side here. We're just making sure that everyone expresses their opinion about it because this is what we feel. Okay. Having said that, man, let me move on. Okay. Let me move on. So why do men? Man, I shouldn't do men. And
why do men? Look at you. You mad at me? Why do?
Let me stop. So do people fall in love? I said people. Do people fall in love with each other, and we've talked about this before, but never with you guys. Do people fall in love with each other, or with the version of each other they created in their head?
Usually, it's a bit of both because again, it goes back to that example that you have in your head of the person you want to marry. Whether it be good or whether it be bad. If you had a good example, 8 times out of 10, if they have a good set of parents. And you introduce to them and y'all attracted to each other, that usually works out to be a decent relationship. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. But it might be, again, the way you was raised. You might have been raised where your daddy was calling your mama a B word or whatever, and that's the way it go. If you don't hear that, then you ain't happy. It just, again, what examples you have in your life. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying what examples you have in your life that cultivate your relationship. So
It developed who you are and how it goes in your life.
right.
You know, my parents was married 40 plus years. So
Dang, you
I
just
know
made me
what it
feel,
is to have that
Steve,
foundation.
Steve, you just made me feel like I'm
So
here. I'm 30 something years.
to counteract that,
Go ahead.
to counteract that, if that's the foundation of how someone is going to how they're going to be in their relationship or how they choose their mate, why is it that you have individuals that grew up in abusive homes that are the sweetest and they run from those types of situations? That kind of contradicts those individuals that come out of bad family relationships and end up in good ones.
Well, then to me, that's they're saying, hey, I know what I want. I don't want what I saw.
I don't want what I saw. Exactly.
I'm a prime example. I was raised in a home full of domestic violence. And that was never what I wanted for my life. It's a personal decision. I have brothers that were raised in the same home that I was, and they live totally different than I do. It's dependent on that child's makeup, that child's viewpoint, that child's perspective of what they see and how they internalize it. All of my sisters ended up in wonderful marriages except one. And that's because that's just not how she saw or how she lived out what she saw.
And how she interpreted.
I think we all know that when we begin dating someone, we put our best foot forward. We all know that. You're not going to just go take this woman out to dinner and start cussing out the waiter on your first date. But that's what we've gotten away from. We've gotten away from dating and courting and spending time with a person, talking to a person. We do the chat and the text and the this and the that. That can never replace being in a person's space, seeing how that person reacts. How does that person react to you? How does that person react to others? We don't take the time to get to know whether they got a few crazy uncles or aunties, because that's going to be part of your that's going to be part of your life. We don't do the courting anymore. That's what these young people don't do. They think that, hey, if he can do this, if he can do that, he's a good mate. That does not mean that. And I think Mo B said last week, the reason why we're here is to give the younger people a different perspective about what relationships are. And if I don't know you, then when I get that ring and I'm not prepared to be the wife to you that I need to be, I'm in a whole mess, because the only thing I know is what you texted me, what you showed me, what your Facebook says, what your Instagram looks like. That is what we're missing in relationships. Yes, I can fall in love with the person based on who they are if I'm courted, if I spend time with that person. Does that make sense? It sounds old school, and this is what the young people hear. It's old school, but this is the conversation I have with my granddaughters, because I want them in the best relationships possible.
Yeah, you want to be. You want
old
you.
school.
Yeah, they need to be courted.
Bring it back.
Yeah, I love courting a woman. I mean, that's when going on them walks, taking them, before it was weeds, before they called them botanical gardens. So, hey, it is what it is. How you been doing, Anthony, man? You make me smile, man.
I'm awesome, man. I'm awesome, man.
That first marriage taught you a lot, didn't it?
Say again?
That first marriage taught you a lot?
It did. I mean, 33 years of your life, from teenage to adulthood, from 18 to 40 plus, it teaches you, what I'm saying? You go through, first I had to grow out of my teenage years, but I was a soldier also. So I got married and I was a soldier. So I was being raised a little quicker than other teenagers that were 17 years old, because I had to become a disciplined soldier. I had to become a man sooner than I wanted to, but I had to.
Yeah.
And then because I had the responsibility of a person in financially and protection. And not only that, I had the mentality that I was protecting my country. So it was a lot of weight that I was putting on myself that, I think I was prepared coming from the inner city of DC, and growing up in a crack era when times were real bad and hard, you know what I'm saying? You had to make a lot of life decisions. And you had to have a lot of discipline not to do some of the things that the streets will carry you into.
Not to be a follower.
Yes. But to get back on topic, I would really say this, that marriage showed me how to not only treat a woman, but how to treat myself. A lot of times we get caught up in lying to ourselves about how we really feel. And so with that, it kind of taught me how to channel that energy and to be a better version of myself so that when I went into my next marriage, I was able to eliminate some of those shortcomings and let's just be honest, the temptations don't hit the same when you are 54 years old versus when you're in your early teenage, early 20s and things of that nature, because you have a greater understanding of what somebody's feelings and emotions are, to be hurt by cheating, to be hurt by, going outside your marriage and doing other things. So you kind of buckle in and lock down, and that's pretty much what I've done moving forward in this second life. And I have a wonderful life.
Check this out, everybody. We're gonna start to wrap this up, okay? And I want everybody to, at least say one more thing pertinent to the conversation period. Okay, we've had the people from Melanin and Marriage magazine on the show, giving us some great advice. All right, and we appreciate you guys so much. And like I asked last week, okay, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you guys can come every week if you want, all right? Because we got a lot to talk about. But Dr. Marie, you want to say something right quick?
Yeah, I'll wrap it up real quick. When we talked about the version of people who you fall in love, people do fall in love with a perception at first until you actually get to know someone. And I want to just say that falling in love is super easy, but staying in love, it takes maturity, it takes clarity, it takes courage, it takes commitment. So my only advice is to people, if you know that you have someone that you want to engage with or get into an entanglement with, make sure you're looking at a full lens and not a jaded lens, because love goes deeper than lust and what you see. You can't fall in love with just the physical and not understand the mental and emotional part of being in a relationship. And I'll leave it at that.
Okay, Reverend Pat, you want to say something real quick?
Same thing. I'll co-sign what she said. We fall in love maybe with the perception that we have, but then it's the character that causes us to really fall in love and make the commitment, because we see the character of the person. The physical, we all know that's going to change over time. You're not going to always be 36, 24, 36. So it's the character that we make the commitment to. If that's what you're looking for, if that's what you need and that's what you desire, then that's what God will send you.
Absolutely. Brother Banks.
Well, I'm gonna say this, I shot my shot with my next wife, you know what I'm saying? She was top shelf and I went for it. I'm just gonna be straight up. And I felt then and I felt now, that she was the version of what I needed to go into my life. I'll say this for people that are middle age. I'll say 40 on up. Not to leave out the youngest, but I'm gonna speak directly to you all, because we are the people that have the mental health issues, the physical health issues. And if you want to get into a relationship with someone, please choose someone that will know how to take care of your financial needs, your physical needs, and your mental needs. And those are the people that know that you can, if you go on ventilation, that can make decisions for you and keep your best interests at heart and not try to take advantage of you. So if you choose someone for here on out in the rest of your life, choose somebody that really got your back.
Hey, man, I agree with you.
Go ahead, Steve.
Oh no, I agree with all three, and it was an awesome show. Hey, I look forward to having them back on here.
That would be up to them, Mo.
Or inviting me to their show because hey, I love speaking with them.
Anytime, Stephen, anytime.
Go ahead, Mo.
Oh no, my whole thing is again going back to what we were talking about earlier about being equally yoked, and a lot of people don't know what that is. All of us, I'm gonna say most of us have had, even the ones in a bad, that have examples of bad relationships, have examples of good relationships, not just in the family but outside the family. They know what it looks like. They got some kind of idea what how they want things to happen. Like we're having this conversation right now. We're giving advice. Okay. We're giving advice to the next generation. Young ones, listen. Good relationships don't just happen. It's something that you got to take, especially if you plan on getting married to this person, spend the rest of your life with. You got to make sure that this is just this is just not some one night fling that you're gonna turn into a wife or a husband. So we're giving advice on what to look for and how to look for somebody. That's all I got.
Beautiful, Mo.
Good
That
word.
was beautiful.
Gina, my sister, please speak.
Hey, you know what? Everyone has to realize that your relationship is your relationship. You can get advice from professionals, friends, neighbors, mothers, parents, but your relationship is yours, and you are the one who should be able to identify what's best in your relationship. Everyone else is on the outside looking in.
That's it.
And so, you have to evaluate your own relationship and figure out the things that are best for you and your mate. It's very important to do that. I always say this, and I'll continue to say this. In a relationship, you decide who mess you want to take for the rest of your life.
Amen.
Amen. And keep everybody else out of your relationship.
Right. Set boundaries. Don't let outsiders marriage. That's how it falls apart.
Because you're going to get mad at them and tell your mom and them, your daddy and them, your sister and them, and uncle and them, and then y'all going to make up and everybody else looking sideways.
Still mad.
Leave people out of your relationship. A relationship is two.
All the time. That's the worst part of being in a relationship. You need to speak with someone you can truly trust, because family is not so forgiving because they have your best intentions. They don't
Right.
understand.
Hey, why does everyone want to talk when it's my turn?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. When it comes to Greg's part, it's like everybody wants to dog. I don't want Greg to say nothing.
You're gonna seal the deal. That's why you're gonna seal the deal.
I'm going to seal the deal because here's my thing. Okay, Dr. S. Marie, she has her own relationship. She has lived that relationship, and she has her opinions about her relationship. Same with Reverend Pat. Same with Brother Banks, Stephen, Mo, and Gina. Okay. We do this show, and I'm not calling nobody. I'm not mad or anything, but we do this show so that we can give information and at least educate people on different varieties of relationships and different solutions to these varieties of relationships. We make it so it's a broad spectrum that everybody, somewhere, young, old, white, black, green, whatever, okay, can take a piece of this and learn something from it. It may not work for you. It may not work for them, okay? But the thing is, we're having a conversation about it. It's not meant to hurt anybody. It's not meant to make anybody feel bad. It's just a conversation that we're having to enlighten people. And this is what we do here at DopelivenTV. And I'm quite sure that's what they do at Melanin and Marriage, all right? We are so blessed to have you guys on the show with us to give us a different opinion about relationships and a different way to think. Period. About what we do when we're together with, that's my turn. What we do when we're with somebody, okay, in a relationship and trying to grow and build something for life. All right. So please, everybody, and just take the show for what it is. Okay. It's entertaining, number one, but it's also informative and educating. All right. We want to know these things. There are some things that was said tonight. I didn't even know. I didn't know what love language was. Okay. I just did what I did, but to define it makes it clearer to me. So we're going to keep on doing what we do, regardless of anything. We love the comments that come through. We love the people that watch the show. We love all of this, okay? But let's be respectful with one another. Let's understand that these people come on to help. That's all we're trying to do, is to help. This is what God put us here for, to make sure that we're all good. And if we can show a part of ourselves to help someone else be a better person, then we're going to keep on exposing that, okay? I'm sorry, that's the way I feel, all right?
In other words,
can I get you guys here Monday?
Yes, you can.
Anytime.
Absolutely.
Can I say something? In other words, eat
Thank
the
you. I
meat,
appreciate
throw away the bone.
I appreciate you so much.
Mhm.
All right. So, hey, look.
Editor-in-Chief magazine, just want to throw that out there. Melanin and Marriage.
He's watching.
I'm gonna let y'all. You know, this is my time, y'all. Come on,
man. He got more time than everybody.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
You got it, Greg.
This is his show, y'all. He act like this is his podcast.
It upset me so much. I was just in the stream without the closing. You know, I've done that several times. That's crazy, man. But hey, man, look, understand this, all right? We love each and every. Hey, and where does Steve go? See, I was just going to admonish Steve, Gina, because Steve was digging a hole. I know you coming back, but Steve, you was digging a hole for yourself, and then he can't. And Gina said, "Uh-oh."
I was trying.
Look in Gina's eyes. I told you.
Look. I was trying to save him. I was like,
No, you had to
Steve know better. Steve knows
Dr.
better. I don't
Marie,
even know why he went there. I don't know why he
Dr.
put his
Marie,
back up against
Reverend
the wall.
Pat, Brother
I was
Banks.
trying to save him. I was trying
If
to
y'all
save
look
him.
at Gina's eyes change when that one question come up. Gina be like, "Wait."
That's my cousin. I was trying to save him. I was going, no, nigga, no.
He didn't see the flag. He didn't see the flag.
Yeah.
Gina turns into Shanae. She's like, "Wait a minute,
And you got to, when you in a crowd full of men, you have to represent for the ladies. I love that, Gina. You hold it.
Absolutely. Gina does a fantastic job of regulating us, okay? Because if you guys go back 4 or 5 years when we started the show and how I was, this guy y'all see right now,
Lord.
We had to reel him in.
Yeah.
I was bad.
We had to remember. Marcia used to pray over him every time the show was. Lord, start praying over every time the show.
Hallelujah.
I was bad. But hey, we love you guys.
In the name of Jesus.
We love you guys from Dr. Reverend Pat, Brother Banks. That's my brother right there, Brother Banks, man. I love y'all.
I appreciate
so much,
y'all, man. I really do.
This is what's left of Don't
pleasure.
Live in TV
It is
Live.
a pleasure.
Man. This is what's left of Don't Live in TV Live. Wait a minute, I gotta give them one thing, Gina, before I go, okay?
One more
if y'all ever see this girl in y'all state,
hey, Doc.
if y'all
Hey,
ever
doctor.
see her,
You need to talk to him about this girl right here. You need to talk to him.
If y'all ever
He
see
need
her
to lay
in
on the
y'all state,
couch because he need to talk that out.
He needs a session,
Please,
and he needs to be
please.
put on Melanin.
Please, baby,
been talking about this for the
please.
last 5
This woman
years.
got
Same
my
shit.
tape recorder from 1970 something. She got my tape recorder, man. It was my daddy's tape recorder. We was on the bus. She said she was gonna give it back. She didn't give it back. She moved, and I never got my stuff. I want my tape recorder back, girl.
What's her
See,
name?
this is the reason. This is the
He
reason
sounded like
for
blind
all
Mel and
his
Jealous.
relationship
Right, but no, that-
problems
man.
right there.
Tom drives and he said a tape recorder.
I want my daddy records.
It's okay, Greg.
So you know it's a long way back. He talking about a tape recorder.
That's what I said. You had to drive.
Greg,
Chaka
look,
Khan.
that's okay. I got somebody that stole a whole case of cassettes, and I need
See,
to put this.
You need to get them back.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I take
We
look.
got two
We're
of
gonna go
them
another
now.
half
We
hour.
got two of them now.
We're
We
gonna go
have
another
two.
half hour. I take Chaka Khan. What's the name of that song, Gina? What was the name of it?
Sweet thing.
Sweet Thing. I take Chaka Khan Sweet Thing on the trip to the Museum of Science and Industry, and I came back home, and she said, "Let me take it home tonight." I said, "Cool, I'm gonna have it from my father." She took it, and she moved the next day. I was like, "Dang."
Look, hey,
No
look,
better.
it's the principle. Facts.
The principle.
Can you hit that
That's what
button?
it is,
'Cause
Greg,
we're
Greg.
going down.
Yes.
We definitely going down a rabbit hole right now.
Mhm.
We definitely going down a rabbit hole.
We didn't have a chance to go down the rabbit hole during the show and see he's taking it all on the end of the show. But anyway,
Next week, the first question for y'all gonna be, where's Danita Bohannon? All right, this is Dope Living TV live. We're gonna see y'all. We're gonna see y'all tomorrow. All right, this is Greg, Gina, Mo, Dr. S. Marie, Reverend Pat, Anthony. Hey, we're gonna see you guys. We're gonna see you next Monday, but we're gonna see you guys tomorrow on Dope Living TV live.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Y'all have a wonderful